Hello, welcome to a video where I'm going to showcase a Legends run from one of my friends, and she is using a Pokemon that I thought wasn't used as much anymore, but it actually still is there, with a different kind of purpose and a different kind of niche. The Pokemon that I'm talking about is obviously STEELIX. STEELIX has Breaking Swipe. Breaking Swipe used to be a very good charge attack, 35 energy, a 100% chance to debuff the opponent's attack. Now it's only 50% chance, and this unfortunately doesn't make STEELIX as good anymore. Unfortunately, that's also collateral damage with other Pokemon that I thought were pretty cool to use, but now seem pretty redundant. This is the moveset she's using on Shadow STEELIX in the Ultra League, and it makes some matchups such as Poliwrath and Tapu Fini a little bit more bearable. You can even win them in some shield scenarios. Now, other things that become worse though are like Giratina and Cresselia, but there are other Pokemon to cover that with as well. It's, especially when you lead it, people expect like Dragon Tail on it and like Breaking Swipe, so they usually just swap out Giratina, not knowing it's actually a pretty decent matchup. So the battles that I'm showcasing here are from my friend Andriss, who is pretty good at the game. She got to second place in the Turin Special Event, which was a very stacked tournament last season, and then top 32 at the World Championships. She tells me she's always bad at the game, but she's like Legend every season, so that's just not true. We're going to see some good battles though now. So the team on the right is the team she is using. It's a very bulky and flexible team with Shadow STEELIX. She sometimes switches up the lead between STEELIX and Poliwrath. It's regular Poliwrath, a little bit more bulk, and then Zygarde in the middle. Zygarde has, I believe, terrible IVs for the Ultra League, but I guess she doesn't have the XL candy yet. As you can see, it's 2450 CP, and if you don't see it right now, you'll see it soon. Because, yeah, it's noticeable, but it's still a very bulky Pokemon. Here we see the lead Alone and Sandslash. This is a little bit better now, since you have Thunderfang instead of Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail resisted Thunderfang neutral. But it's a core breaker, because this also beats Zygarde. However, you have very bulky Pokemon here, so at least you can tank these charge attacks here. Going for the Crunch, which should do neutral damage, but man, STEELIX with non-same type attack, bonus attacks, just doesn't hit that hard. I think this drone will barely knock out, maybe barely not. Actually going to put in a shield because she wants to get this lower. And it makes sense because obviously with a Alolan Sandslash in the lead, there has to be like Poliwrath in the back. Going to switch now, trying to get the countdown before Alolan Sandslash can switch out, but looks like this opponent throws an Ice Punch instead. I think a quick reflex. Or they got spooked out by it. Going for the Ice Wind immediately on this 10th ground. I think at this point, she's just trying to wear down. This is actually looking pretty impossible so far to win. At least the Alolan Sandslash is gone now. And that's great, because the Zygarde now in the back is free. This is actually a matchup where Zygarde's pretty good as well, because you resist the Poison Jab. Going for that Acid Spray, I'm assuming now you are going to farm down as the Tentacruel. It does mean the Tentacruel does not have Blizzard to threaten the Zygarde at this point. If it's another Acid Spray, I guess you can switch out now. It's Scald. It doesn't knock out yet though, and it shows the bulk of regular. And then in comes Poliwrath. Again, a core break, because this is also pretty good against Zygarde. Zygarde is double weak to Icy Wind. But you have Thunderfang, super effective. Psychic Fang, this is exactly where it's for. So you can get a little bit of chip damage into this Poliwrath here. Let's see. I'm guessing the Zygarde comes in now, and this is a very bulky Pokemon. This Ice Wind will do like 40%, I think. Let's see. Never really used one. I'm at like 60 cells, I think, or so, which I'm actually pretty proud of, considering the amount of routes I am able to do here. But yeah, this is a pretty wicked Pokemon here. Going to put up that shield because it's now all adding up. You're gonna be careful of the next attack here though. Now going for the Crunch, but Poliwrath still has a shield. I wish I could tell you more about this matchup or this Pokemon, but I really don't know that much at all. Catching the charge stack here though, that's big. And I believe it's straight 5 Dragon Tail for the Crunch. Oh, going to uncharge that, and then for now the Poliwrath. Okay. Hold up. Going for another Ice Wind here. Where's this going, this battle? This is a pretty hard counter battle, to be honest, but it looks like that Zygarde and STEELIX combination is really pulling through here. Oh man, that might be actually a 1-turn lag and charge priority. But because of that debuff, yeah, you barely lived it actually. But do you live another counter? Actually, we're getting really close here. Crunch knocks out. I think you live 1 counter. But Poliwrath doesn't live a Dragon Tail. It's actually a huge game. That's a huge win there. Next match, we have the Poliwrath Mirror. And this time she has Poliwrath in the lead. Like I said, she switched up now and then. Winning the charge stack period here doesn't make as much difference at the start, but now the counters are going to add up less from the opponent. So that actually gives you a slight advantage there. And your core in the back, it really doesn't want to see this Poliwrath at all. And they're both going straight Icy Wind. Like, I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Ultra League or any Polar Red at all in Ultra League. I don't know if straight Scald is the way here, or I guess you want to minimize the counter damage as much as possible. And because you get the debuff first, the Ice Wind from the opponent does a little bit less, so I guess it gives you a slight advantage. And not go for the Scald here, interesting. Maybe expecting a catch. I mean, you know you live this, even if it is the opposing Scald, it is the opposing Scald. And, wow, preserving actually. Answered by Registeel. I don't know how this matchup goes. I know you live one Focus Plus here, but I assume that you really want the Zygarde on this because you have Earthquake. Oh, actually shielding the Crunch. Interesting. This would not have done a lot of damage. Perhaps the opponent doesn't really know the count for the Earthquake with that. Focus Plus comes in. Registeel cannot farm this down though, so you are comfortable getting to another Crunch here. Actually, opponent going to throw immediately. Wow. They hate STEELIX. Maybe it's Cresselia or something in the back. And actually going to shield it up. Interesting play from Andrea here. Going for a Crunch, hoping to get a debuff. I mean, STEELIX is a debuff machine. No second shield this time, and no debuff as well. Registeel still not able to lock on down, though. As I actually might go for it, and going for the Psychic Fang here. Interesting, really wanting to get that debuff now. I think now you can farm down, actually. Oh, it's a Chartic priority. That's massive. Let's see, probably Focus Plus. Yep, it is. This knocks out. And that comes down to, to the backline, I would say. Going for the Scald. Immediately knocking out opposing Polarad. I guess it's a good catch from the opponent, but man, this is a really good matchup for Zygarde. Because Zygarde is as bulky as STEELIX, as bulky as Cresselia, as bulkier than Giratina, and it's going to take these poison jabs like a champ. Going for the Crunch, not building up to the Earthquake just yet. Opponent knows this is only resisted. I think Andreas is just going to go for 3 Crunches here because Zygarde is so dominant here. On top of that, you might need energy for that Registeel at this point. Honestly, though, this contact is getting closer than I thought it would. Maybe double Earthquake was just a little bit easier. I guess for both, you need about 15 Dragon Tails. So maybe double or a lot of Crunch is the play here. Going to shield up now. Now you need a lot of energy, though, because there's still at Registeel. In comes Registeel going for Crunch immediately. You got to farm this down, though. I don't think this knocks out because of Zygarde's bulk. Yeah, it doesn't. But you get a debuff, and the opponent does have energy, and that's a big win, man. These battles take pretty long with that STEELIX Zygarde combination. Alright, next battle. Ampharos lead doing a counter, then switching out. Very smart, because then the Volt Switch lands on the Pokemon swapping it, which in this case is a STEELIX. But without Dragon Tail, you do worse in this matchup. This already wasn't great as a STEELIX. At least you have Psychic Fang to deal super effective damage, but Virizion has a very dominant matchup here. And again, I think this is more something for Zygarde to be on, but not much you can do about it now. Opponent getting rid of this STEELIX immediately. I don't think you should. Yeah. You get to another one? No, it knocks out actually. So I guess you come back and with the Polar App. But the thing is, if this thing has Leaf Blade as well. Oh, going in with the Zygarde actually. Interesting. That has to be the biggest farm down in the history of Pokemon Go. Yeah, it has Leaf Blade. Chunks a little bit on the Zygarde. Zygarde can't take it, however. And I'm going to shield an attack here. I don't know about this. Polar is in such a tough spot. It really comes down to what's in the back now, but I doubt that can... Oh. Coming in with the Poliwrath here. And doesn't shield that. That's terrible. And going for the Earthquake there on alignment. Wanting to get this off immediately. I think this won't knock out if unshielded, but it will do a lot. Look at that. Trying to catch Charge Sack, unable to. And in comes Ampharos again. This does leave Zygarde to farm down a lot here. Maybe you can keep the shield for the Zygarde, win this battle still. But it's going to get really close and really nasty now. A catch on the Poliwrath would have been great, because then the Poliwrath wouldn't have energy for the Zygarde. Now it's going to be tough. You can get a lot of farm on the Zygarde, but you're going to get an Icy Wind range for sure, even from an Ampharos. Maybe Ampharos even has Focus Balls, then it will knock out the Zygarde. Going for 2 shields there, man. If you can get the farm down on the Ampharos now with the Zygarde, you actually win this battle. It really comes down to what is Ampharos packs next to Thunder Punch. It's Brutal Swing. Doesn't do anything. It's going to get really close. It's going to get really close. Because that Polar does have energy. That was very little. That was a Thunder Punch, actually. You put away for a Thunder Punch. Game knocks out with a Crunch. Okay. Oh, you're now able to farm down Ampharos. Bro, this is getting close. Ampharos, or Zygarde is putting in so much work. Knocks out. No, it gets to an attack. It is Thunder Punch, you live. But I think it's Brutal Swing. It is Brutal Swing, and that barely knocks out. Wow, what a game. Next battle at 11 PM. Graphic designer by day, Pokemon Go PvPer by night, and getting the Jellicent lead. The opponent thought it was a fine lead with against Dragon Tail, but it was Thunder Fang and then decided to switch out. This is an okay matchup. Poliwrath in Ultra League, bulky enough to take a Zap Cannon, but Andrea thinking they won't debuff right now, or sorry, they won't bait right now, so I might as well shield this up. You do live this as the Poliwrath. Scald coming in, doesn't do as much damage. And the most annoying thing about this is that this Jellicent, like, it cannot be touched by Poliwrath at all. Obviously, you're going to get to a lot of debuffs, but that's about it. Actually, go to undercharge that for a little bit more energy. I mean, the Registeel would have gone to a Zap Cannon regardless, so I don't hate that play per se. You get some more energy, you want to debuff a lot of this. Maybe you want to switch out some point here, and actually is going to switch out. This is a Surf, super effective, but 2 won't knock out just yet. Again, you have Thunder Fang here and Crunch, so this is a very good matchup. And this makes me curious what's in the back. Maybe a Cresselia or something. Opponent is deciding to stay in for a little bit. Shield that. Does not shield that. That does nothing still. STEELIX is so... just does not have attack. It does not have attack at all. Surf coming through. Puts it low. Oh, Gliscor. Interesting. This is going to be a nasty farm down. Psychic Fang coming in. I like that play. I mean, it's the best you can throw at this point. But you chip the Gliscor here. You still have an Icy Wind. A valuable Icy Wind on a Polar Red. If you go on Polar Red now, though, Gliscor will farm you down. So you can't really do that as André. And shielding up an Earthquake's debuff, though. And now going in the Polar Red to throw Icy Wind. I'm not sure if you can get to 2 here, though. So it's might be a little bit of an iffy play. Is Polar Red bulky enough? It's not! Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Okay. High-pitched noise. Anyway. Man, those attacks chunk after Psychic Fang. Look at how much those Dragon Tails do. Man. Night Slash, sure. Doesn't hurt. And then you have the Crunch for this Jelly. Jelly needs Ice Beam here. I think Ice Beam still won't do the job here. And letting it go, realizing that the game is over. Well played there. Next battle is against a Clefable lead. And this is not that bad now with Thunder Fang. In fact, he resists everything this Clefable has to throw on you. So it's not that bad at all right now. Going for Psychic Fang immediately. Should be only about, I believe... that's 7 Thunder Fangs, 5 energy per Thunder Fang. Recording has been saved. And then you get to the Psychic Fang already, so somewhat quick, but Thunder Fang doesn't generate energy as quickly. And this is not that great with Dragon Tail, but with Thunder Fang, it looks like you do somewhat fine here. I still don't like this as much. Look at how low this Clefable is going to get you. It might even... does it get to another one here? Nah, I don't think it does. Oh. Here you come with some energy, that's cool. In comes Swampert, swapping into Polar Red immediately. Out comes Jellicent, though. Yikes. And this might actually be a crucial swap there. Andrea recognizing that she has 2 better Pokemon against that Swampert, so switching out. But out comes Jellicent. Maybe because that Clefable stayed, he could have recognized that there would be something like a Jellicent in the back. Jellicent is very meta right now in Ultra League. But this is a tough one regardless. It could also have been Cresselia, right? And then maybe you wanted to bring in Polar Red as well. I don't know. But yeah, the Shadow Ball might barely knock out since you didn't get a second debuff here. No, it doesn't. So you get to an Ice Wind. You didn't get to a Scald. Very good play from André. This does a little bit more damage. And you need to wear down this Pokemon as much as possible because it's gonna be Polar Red against the Roll. And this is an iffy play. Because I think that getting that debuff on the Swampert would be really valuable. Yeah, you can't. Oh my god, actually lives that! What? Okay, that's cool, but does Zygarde beat Swampert in 2s? I would think it does. I think it does. Like, you're so bulky. You definitely take 2 Hydro Cannon, right? You do as Cresselia. You gotta as Zygarde. Hydro Cannon shield. Guess we won't find out yet. We get a debuff here. You're in a great spot, probably. Shield sets make sense. No debuff. Another Hydro Cannon coming through. Maybe even Earthquake is possible. And shooting up the next attack. It is an Earthquake. That's a huge shield. What was still alive in the back? What was it? Jellicent, right? Or the Clefable even. No, it was not a Clefable. Clefable got crunched. Got the Fang down. Hydro Cannon. Yeah, that does nothing. You just farm this down. There's no way you lose this, right? Does just have a Surf? Oh, man. That does more. Oh, tries to catch, but unable. Oh, man. Very close. Very good attempt trying to catch there. But I think Jellicent may have been one off. Very well played, though. Very well played. That was a cool battle. So yeah, those were the battles that I had here to feature with Thunder Fang STEELIX. STEELIX Gaming has a whole different meaning now. Thank you, Andrea, for sending in these battles. Congratulations on Legend. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you.